Hello and welcome to episode 32 of I Will Cast Anything. We're on Daybreak for another PvZ. The Protoss player in the top right hand corner is CROZ! And the Zerg player in the red, spawning in the bottom left hand corner, is SeouLess. This is the first of two replays sent by CROZ. And we will see if the Zerg player in this matchup goes for the same crazy shit that the Zerg player in the previous matchup did. Somehow I doubt it. Not many players go for an early fast Overlord Zergling / Baneling drop into the main base. It's pretty unconventional. Protoss player, however, is opening the same, I would expect. If some sort of forge fast expand, although not really possible to wall off this natural nearly as easily as it is on Cloud Kingdom, but still possible to get some cannons up and some defensive structures to protect that expansion if Protoss does want to take it. And Zerg player not going for any early spawning pool, just droning. And it might be a hatchery first here, in fact. Waiting. There it is. There's the hatchery. And it is going to be a forge fast expand, I think, or at least, well, maybe not a forge fast expand, but a forge with an eye to an expansion for Protoss. Getting that gateway up just as the forge is finishing. Looks like he will be walling off here. Some more gateways eventually, I think. But for now, just getting that cannon up to defend against the possibility of urging rush. And getting up a very early advanced pylon. I think SeouLess accidentally in the wrong chat channel there. See if he is distracted by whoever's talking to him. Getting that spawning pool time so that it will finish just at the same time as that second hatchery. And the gateway finishes up for CROZ. See if the Cybercore is on the way pretty soon, I would expect. And a cannon rush is taking place with this advanced pylon. So not a forge fast expand, but a forge into cannon mentalism, and this expansion is in big trouble for Zerg. Doubt there's much that can be done about it. Four Zerglings are not going to help at all. Queen will be useful. Here's the Cybercore and another pylon finishing off this wall for Protoss, and will be expanding. So this is not an all-in cannon rush, I don't think. And it is going to effectively limit Zerg to one base. Won't completely deny mobility, because Zerg will be able to get out and potentially expand somewhere else maybe, but it would be very difficult to defend and get creep spread until some more powerful units are produced. We are seeing a Baneling nest, so it's the most straightforward way to take this out. But just going in with a ton of Zerglings at this pylon now, keeping this Queen alive. Oh, the Queen does die, but the pylon will as well. And this rush will be pushed off. That second base can be rebuilt. But Protoss is going to be ahead in bases and definitely ahead in lost income from dealing with that massive loss from the hatchery. Zerg will be in trouble. And pushing right straight across with some Lings to try and do some damage to Protoss after that early cannon action. And there are Banelings available, and only one Zealot standing in the gap in the wall at the moment, and one cannon. I think it's going to be pretty easy for Zerg to bust down this front door. And if it's possible for the Banelings to get up into the mineral line at the main base, that could be big bad news. Protoss is laying down some cannons in anticipation of some kind of counterattack, but it's not going to be soon enough. Here come the banelings. That worker is done for. One baneling goes down. Oh, and they all blow up on the pylon so that everything powers down here, but there's another one back here that will keep the cyber core and one of the cannons up when it finishes. Zerglings are coming in, trying to take down as many workers as they can and trying to stop these cannons from completing it. It'll be smarter to go after that pylon there. Couple get up into the main base, but they're going to be surrounded by workers and killed, I think. That cannon does go down just as it finishes, but now there's a stalker out, and Protoss is going to hold this off, I think. And only 2 workers lost, so done pretty well. Uh-oh, here comes another wave of Zerglings. Still isn't power to this second cannon here, and more workers are going to go down. This cannon, or this pylon even, isn't going to make it. This expansion pretty much useless at this point, but the gateway is up and units are coming out, and cannon is being built up at the main to make sure nothing else happens. More pylons going down trying to get this cannon back up and running, and there's a zealot out working on those stalkers, but the cyber core is taken out, so no warp gate research for Protoss. Slow unit production still. I'm just trying to take out these pylons, but too many have been built. And there's a cannon, and I think Protoss is in a pretty good position now. Cannon up at the main, and the natural on a stalker in that wall, and just nothing but Zergling production for Zerg, for SeouLess at the moment. Not rebuilding this natural, just trying to go all in here. I think perhaps overestimating how much his opponent had invested in that cannon rush. I think SeouLess maybe thought that was a full-on cannon rush, when really it was more of a cannon prod. Because there was an expansion going on behind it, and more cannons going down. And there is a sentry out now for Protoss, but warp gate research is a long way off, so still hard to get units out. Still just one gateway at the moment for the Protoss player, relying on cannons to keep Zerg out, but this is a lot of banelings here. This cannon will probably go down. Oh, but a great force field keeps the banelings off it. Now they'll have to come through the gap, and not able to kill the stalker. All the banelings have gone. There's another cannon up. The stalker is going to go down, but there are 3 cannons here. All the Zerglings are dead, and with these cannons and this sentry, low on energy though it may be, it's going to be very difficult for Zerg to get through here. Question is, what can Protoss do at the moment? Needs to get warp gate research finished, needs to get some more gateways going. Stargate here, so no, cancelling Stargate. I thought that was not such a great idea, and apparently CROZ agreed. One cannon is taken out, and the gateway is taken out. Oh no! Those banelings just doing so much damage. Good force fields to keep that last cannon alive, and the cyber core has to stay alive. Warp gate research has to finish, but there are no more warp gates. Stargates are now being built up at the main, and the gateway is coming back, but here come more and more Zerglings. How long can Zerg pump out tons and tons of Zerglings? 2 gateways going up now. Warp gate research is nearly finished, so Protoss will finally be able to get some units in quickly once those gateways are up, but more banelings are coming. 8 more banelings are about to roll in. Good pylon placement, and this 3rd cannon is up here, so it's going to be hard for any killer blows to be dealt. It looks like the forge is going to go down, looking for a way up into the main. That cannon has gone down. Not great baneling hits there. Didn't manage to get the forge. Only got 1 cannon, and now there's a gateway up. This forge, you know, not terribly valuable anyway, except for being able to build more cannons. And just constant wall production here. Saying, no Zerg, you are not getting in. Keep your banelings away from me. To void raise. So, interesting choice. Banelings coming straight up the middle. Oh, the cyber core goes down, but there's 2 warp gates already. A couple of sentries are dying. 1 cannon did go down, and oh, now these Zerglings might be able to get up into the main. This sentry is out of position, won't be able to track around, but warping in some zealots now that warp gate is done makes such a huge difference, being able to get those units in when and where you need them for Protoss. And another wave of Zerglings is coming, but these void rays are going to finish. They're going to scoot across the map. And Zerg is going to be screwed, to put it mildly. Constant Zergling harassment. It's not going to save SeouLess's bacon this time. Cannon's pushing him away. He's going to try and come in another route, but great force field there. And just no way in for the Zerglings. I think we'll see some more morphs, but Zerg realizing that this strategy is not working out. Did get a macro hatch and is now finally getting expansion to try and get that income up, but I think it's too late. There are plenty of Void Rays on the field now. And once they decide to move out, I'm trying to figure out where they are at the moment. Nope, that's probe. Oh, they're hovering just here. Yeah, Void Rays. Zerg has nothing to defend Void Rays. Hasn't even thought about going up to layer tech yet, as far as I can tell. And now has 3 warp gates, rebuilt that cyber core, 3 sentries, stalker, 2 zealots. Feeling pretty good now is Protoss, I think. Wow, what a tense early game. Finally now settling down a little bit, but not for long, because I really think that these 3 Void Rays and the 4th that is on the way are going to be the killing blow. Zergling speed coming out at after 16 minutes for the Zerg player, caught off guard by that crazy rush, mini cannon rush. Didn't even get Zergling speed, and then just so preoccupied with trying to take out his enemy and deal that retaliatory killing blow, but not able to do it. And now the Void Rays are in. We'll charge up on that extractor on the way through, and there's only 1 queen down here to defend. Workers are dying. Finally trying to get up to lair, but not going to happen. The queen is being driven away and killed. Lair is cancelled, and this hatchery will be killed. Wouldn't be surprised to see Lair take it down at the bottom there. 4 Void Rays now. This base is done for, and I think Zerg is also done for. There is another massive wave of Lings in production to try and go across and maybe bust through the front door again, but I think there are too many units there. Macro hatch is down. Void Rays targeting down the Broodlings. And now this hatch is going to die. And then this hatch is going to die. These queens are going to die. And the game is going to be over. Slightly surprised that SeouLess hasn't GG'd yet. And there he goes.